wide.
Might reel off again on the inside here, so Connor just trying to keep some speed, draws off the bottom. Around that pocket, not much doing here. Unlike a lot of rookies who've maybe had call-ups as wild cards, alternates here and there, they've gotten close to qualifying. Connor had never pulled a CT jersey on until he got here last season.
Warming up again, just the same as what Michel was doing. And I think there's Michel pulling in, just finding it a little bit deep, you know, and it's got that chunky wash off the edge of the rocks there at Snap. And you got all these different swells moving at once at the moment.
There would be a little golden tidbit of secret that would have these guys, these backsiders, winning heats.
Well, here we go, Michel. Looking at a smaller wave here, breaking the tail out beautifully. Classic Michel style, so much power and grace in there. But anyway, going back to that, Pete, that question, for me, I definitely was... I felt like there was a lot of advantage on the backside.
You have some team awards. We'll get back to that.
Well, let's see what Michel Bourez can do here, trying to drop the first big number of this round three heat, and there's a beautiful swoop off the top. Always moves so much water. And this guy's collected some big event wins in the past. He'd love to get a victory here on the Gold Coast.
He's certainly built some consistency into this heat already. And just how's those rotations out off the top, so strong, and beautiful rotation. You can twist the separation of the lower body to the upper body, turning back towards the white water, just railing out at any possible chance he can get. I used to feel that he overpowered his boards. It looks like he's got a nicer volume underneath his feet. Here we go again, just watching where he's going, aiming his eyes, and then opening up that leading shoulder, twisting around. Just a beautiful rotation out the top, and again he approaches it. Beautiful timing off the bottom, aiming at the lip and rotating it round. Super strong in the core. Look, I was loving Mikey Wright's stuff. You know, here we go again. We got Connor looking for a wave, looking for an opportunity, struggling against the current, against that wave too. He's trying to score on down in the white water, bouncing around, see what he can do at the end section. Beautiful move, classic timing, super late.
And we'll get to that in a moment. Pete, take us through the replay of Michel Bourez's last ride.
Well, the 6.33 is already in the score line, so he's trying to better the 2.67. He's at that kind of 12-minute mark, so makes the choice here. You know, I don't know if Connor sold him solely on it, because I think there was some opportunity on that outside section. He took advantage of that. It wasn't the cleanest of waves, so you could see usually, you know, we see Michel kind of really come into play when he's got a big open wall. That one there, he had to kind of climb up and over.
After these last two heats of round three, this is what you got to look forward to in the first couple of heats. Last year's winner, Owen Wright, Mick Fanning and Thomas Hermes in the first heat, and the second one strong as well. But Michel Bourez is up at the moment, trying to get rid of a 3.7.
Wow.
Limited room to move, so he threw everything at it and kept that control, Tom.
Well, I think what I like about Michel at the moment, he's just showing a lot more control. He's not overdoing it like he's done in the past. For me, it looks like he's just got a really lovely piece of equipment underneath his feet this year, and he's got that worked out. You can't not be drawn to it. So he's just open-hearted all the way, and I love that.
All right.
Wow, Connor.
Well, Connor needs to show some heart now. He's chasing a big number with just 7 minutes remaining. He just wants this ride to get him back in the heat. Trying to make that transition through to an inside section. He calls for the ski. Not much else happening on this ride. We do have Strider out there in the lineup, and he's got a question for you too, Tom.
And it was, there we go, Michel just tucking nice and tight. Oh, beautifully controlled snap. Super sharp. Just no time wasted in the end of that wave with Michel. You know, he's looking so sweet and together. I think at 9.17, he can do it. Here we go. Wow.
Here goes Michel taking off. Foam on the face. He drives into it, not particularly deep, so he's going to kick out.
He has that nice angle he took down the face. Just knew exactly where he wanted to go, but I knew that he also didn't have that much hope for that to make the ride. But here he goes again, super late. into the lip. Nice arcing turn. Always on the rail, and then unstuck right there at the end. Hard to hold that last part of the wave together.
No, and that's the one thing that's so cool is that he's picking up some, taking notes.
Well, let's see if Connor can turn it. He needs a really big number here. 9.17 is the requirement. Up vertical into the pocket, slightly missed time. He's going to fall over that toe edge. And Michel Bourez, he's going to eject, looking down the line. Seeing that Connor's there, priorities key at this point in time. So he jumps off.
Yeah, it was unfortunate. I mean, Connor, in that situation, there was an opportunity there, but I don't quite think it was a 9.17 in it. But, just the unfortunate being on the other side of the rhythm and not getting those waves that really link together.
It's probably one of the more out of sort heats we've seen Connor have. So it was kind of surprising. He never really connected with a decent wave. He's going to be leaving the Gold Coast with a 13th place. He was a quarterfinalist here last year, so he'll have to regroup at Bells Beach. Michel Bourez moving on through another big round 3 heat just around the corner.